Little boy blue.
Little boy blue.
Louder.
Little boy blue.
Come blow your horn.
Come blow your horn.
The sheep's in the meadow.
The sheep in the meadow.
The cows in the corn.
The cow in the corn.
Where is the boy?
Where is the boy?
Where is the boy
Where is the boy
who looks after the sheep?
who looks after the sheep?
He's under the haystack,
He's under the haystack,
fast asleep.
fast asleep.
Will you wake him?
Will
Listen to the intonation. Will you wake him? With a question, it goes up. Will you wake him? No. Will you wake him?
you wake him?
No, not I.
No, not I.
For if I do,
For if I do,
he's sure to cry.
he's sure to cry.
Good, good cry. You are following my intonation. That is what I want. Right? You see, the intonation makes a difference. I am going there. Am I going there? The question is rising. When you are talking, there is no question mark there anywhere, isn't it? But the way I am saying a thing, you understand now it is a question. Even a statement. This is a blue cup. This is a blue cup. You understand that question? What you are calling this a blue cup? Immediately, the same words, the same sentence with the intonation, you can say whether it is a statement or a question. So, intonation they have to follow. Okay? They're speaking all right, and without intonation, your speech feels very flat. Very flat it feels. So, when you are reading, your reading also must be with proper intonation. You can't read in a flat manner, right? And your English will also improve. Okay? Do this for God, something interesting but unseen, not their study book. And they might get into the proper habit of reading. Have a nice story book, easy, simple language. But you read it properly and then ask them to repeat it. But your reading must be really good. Okay? Good, not bad. Okay, now you have read this. Now here again auditory training. 2-3 things you can do in this. In this itself, what is auditory training? Only through listening is he able to find out what he is reading. So now, Darshan, I am going to say not just straight, one by one like this, I will not say. I will just say any line. This one, or this one, or this one, or this one. Now you hear it, you say it, and you find it out from me. Okay? Yes, I will. Say that.
Yes, I will.
I will.
Yes, I
Will you do that?
Yes, I will.
No. Will you do that? Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
See, when you talk, blah, 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 nobody understands. And you are getting into that habit. The speech must be nice. Yes, I will. I'm fine. Don't do that. Careless speech, nobody understands, and it goes down and down and down and down. If you leave it, if you don't correct it, surely it will become much worse. Will you wake him? Listen, say it.
Will you wake me?
Very good.
Will you wake me?
Very nice. Wonderful. Okay, good. Very nice. Who looks after the sheep? Who looks after the sheep? Say it, say it, say it. Whatever you heard, say that. Pay attention to listening first. Don't think of this. Who looks after the sheep?
Who will after the sheep?
Who
Who will look after the sheep?
So you say it first, you get a clue, no? And listen to it first properly. Who looks after the sheep?
Who looks after the sheep?
Who looks after? That up you haven't got. Who looks after the sheep?
Who looks after the sheep?
Where?
Who look after the sheep?
Again.
Who look after the sheep?
After that, sheep. O, long vowels. E is E. O is oo. The sheep's in the meadow.
The sheep in the meadow. The sheep in the meadow.
Very good. Will you wake him?
Will you get him? Will you get him?
Will you wake again? There is a E at the end of this. That day I was telling you. In any word where there is a E, the vowel is pronounced as it is in the alphabet and it is always long. It is not wake. It is not wake. It is wake. Will you wake him? Will you wake him up? No. It sounds wrong in English. Okay. These are some of the hints that you are given, which I have given you in English pronunciation. English spelling is very, very unphonetic. No, not I.
No, not I.
Ooh,
No,
very
not
good.
I.
Yes, very nice. Little boy blue, come blow your horn.
Come blow your horn.
Little, I also said this. Come blow your horn, you said very nicely. Little boy blue, come blow your horn.
Little boy blue, come blow your horn.
Come blow. This you never saw. Listen, see, you're listening to me. You're saying it right. But you listen to your own voice also. That is also a habit you must get them into. To listen to their own voices. Why do deaf children who have no training, who are not taught to listen, and they produce horrible voices? Why do they do that? They don't have to listen to them themselves. They don't listen to it themselves. So they don't know, they don't produce it nicely, smoothly. They try to get a fix, constrict their things. They try to get that sensation, vibration in their throat. And from that sensation and vibration, they know, I'm talking. With the result, the voice is horrible, but they are not listening to their own voice. So why should they bother? Okay? Right, Darshan, you're talking. See, when you listen carefully, you're doing very well. Okay. No, not I.
No, not I.
No.
No, not I.
Very nice. Very nice. For it I do.
For it I do. For it I do.
Very nice. He's sure to cry. He's sure to cry.
He's sure to cry.
He is sure to cry.
He's sure to cry.
So you don't hear this one. Tata, you are saying. He's sure to cry.
He's sure to cry.
Yes. To must be said properly.
To.
Yes, but sometimes you say ta. Sometimes you say ta. Sometimes you say ti. It sounds wrong. We are not used to it now. If somebody says he's sure to cry, sounds wrong. Even if you just do this every day for 10 minutes, but your English will improve. Let your intonation and your pronunciation be good. Okay? And let him copy it. Nothing else you do during the holidays. Just this you do. And this happens. All the things happen. I had said now, 5 sentences. You cannot think of 5 sentences. Take a small storybook, but full sentence with proper intention, and let him repeat the full sentence. Never a word. If he says it wrong, no. You stopped here. I am not going to. You repeat the full sentence again, not just only the word where he's got stuck. That is another mistake you make. You say a full sentence. Child says only 1 or 2 sentences. He misses out a word. He just says 1 or 2 words. He misses out a word. So you will only say that word. That is not right. So he just said that word, but to put it back into the sentence, you don't say it. Again he makes the same mistake. Again he makes the same mistake. And you have to talk, you have to say the full picture. Okay?